We could do a Skittles commercial. We could do a hot tamale.
Taste the rainbow. Taste the...
How about Bean Boozled? They could
hate
sponsor
hot
us. I'm Uncle Larry.
And I'm Joe Bump. And
That's news to us.
Hey, Larry.
Yes, Joe.
You watch... You watch Saturday Night Live, right? You're a pretty regular
Love
reviewer.
Saturday Night Live. Love it.
Always have, always will? Even in the 80s?
They do have some... You know, they peak and valley.
What would you consider the dark times for Saturday Night Live? Oh,
Whenever I didn't watch it.
So like the 80s? Before...
there was some good stuff
before,
in the 80s.
Not including Eddie Murphy. The 80s not including Eddie Murphy is what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
that was bad. And then like after...
And before Joe Piscopo and all them you're talking about, yeah.
And then after Danny Carvey and all them left, Mike Myers left, then it was kind of a lull again.
Kind of went, yeah.
Now it's back on fire. I like it.
It's not bad now. When I can stay awake.
Well, you never heard of like DVR or on demand?
No, I have that.
Why don't you use it?
It's once I miss it.
You're pure. See, he's a purist. He wants it to be Saturday Night Live.
It's gotta be live.
Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, Hillary Clinton was out to dinner last weekend at Orzo's in New York City. You know who she was with?
No, I do not.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh, I like Kate McKinnon.
Yeah, she does a good Hillary.
I like her dimples. She has really nice dimples.
But he does.
She is hilarious.
She's funny. She does a really good impersonation of Hillary Clinton. But the big part about the story, it's kind of like saying like Hillary, like Obama, was very open and kept good relationships with entertainers, especially impersonators.
Okay.
Because Obama was on Saturday Night Live a few times. He was on Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and then Hillary Clinton's kind of doing the same thing. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a different factor between our president right now, Donald Trump, and those two, because he does not seem too
happy about Saturday Night Live.
Well, he doesn't get that it's a joke and it's comedy. It's not meant to be real.
Yeah, it might change over the years. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to or not with him.
Why would it change now? He's been around forever.
No, I know that. He's been around forever, but I'm just saying, but he hasn't been president.
You're fired. That's where he started. I'm just kidding. You're not really fired.
Has he? He's never been on Saturday Night Live?
He might have been, but not as president.
No, I'm just saying he's never been on.
He was in WWE or WWF back then.
He's been on wrestling?
Yeah, World Wrestling Federation back in the day, before there was a Worldwide Foundation for Animals. So WWF had to change the name to WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. But when I grew up, it was WWF. Trump
was on...
He was.
But not as a wrestler.
Yeah, he like jumped and gave like Vince McMahon a flying elbow in the face.
For real?
I'm sure there's a clip that we can play and let you see it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Donald Trump, our president right now.
Perfect. It's the best, it's the best wrestling move I've ever made in my life.
It was pretty solid, to be honest with you. I hope it was Vince McMahon. I hope that, because a lot of people I'm sure are like, oh no, you're wrong.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to see that though.
Well, you can watch it on the internet.
I will. Hey,
go on YouTube and look it up.
I got a story for you though.
Sure.
Did you know Monopoly has decided to retire one of its iconic game pieces?
No, which one?
Something funny about this story?
No.
The thimble.
Good. That was stupid.
The thimble,
it's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, it was added in 1935, right?
Probably when thimbles were relevant.
Yeah, so it's going to be retired. Evidently, Hasbro had a vote and the thimble lost. So as a sign of respect, they're going to call it the old Hillary.
That's messed up.
I'm just saying. But they do have...
Because she lost the election?
Yeah. So they do... the fans have chose some pieces, though, for options now that you're going to be able to get for Monopoly, which is pretty cool. Like, they have a T-Rex.
That's stupid.
I think that's kind of cool.
It's stupid.
A penguin.
No, why would that even fit in any of this?
And a selection of emojis.
Again, stupid.
The emojis, I don't think... Yo, come on. Now, when you were young, you know...
There's a train, there's a car.
Can I ask you, what was your favorite?
It's a car, every time.
Yeah, that was
if not the train, and then if not the boat.
The train, I don't remember no train. Was there a train?
Yeah, and the boat. The boat was pretty cool, too.
Boat was okay, but boat got knocked over easily all the time.
Car was the best.
Car was the best.
And then you could go around in turns, kind of drifted, like I would go.
I'd play with my sisters, and they would be like, one of them would always have to be the dog.
I remember the dog. The dog was stupid. I never wanted to be a dog either.
One would be the shoe. The shoe was stupid, too.
The
shoe and the thimble need to go.
Well, the thimble's used for sewing.
Right.
I wouldn't know that one for Monopoly, to be honest with you.
Really?
See, how many times I ever came across a thimble? Yeah. Have you seen a thimble in real life?
Yeah.
Really? Have you used it? Oh, you do sell your stuff for a living. Do you still use a thimble today?
No, I use a Palmer for real heavy canvas. It's actually a thimble, but it's made for your palm.
All right, guys. So we have.
That's cool.
I'm just kidding. So do you want to finish telling the story?
No, that's it. So I mean, like, I don't know that these other ones are that. I mean, emojis.
It's stupid. But it's better than a T-Rex.
I think T-Rex is kind of cool. I'd want to be
Why?
the T-Rex. I would.
There's
I'd be
a
like,
dog.
Yo, I'm the T-Rex.
There's a dog in the Hasbro or whatever, like emblem. There's like a Scottish Terrier or whatever, right?
Yeah, but
there's a train because there's a railroad. There's a car
T-Rex.
because everybody has a car.
T-Rex.
Everybody has died. They're extinct, Larry. But it's like most of your jokes. Guess what's not extinct and making a comeback?
What's that, Joe?
Slime. So you wouldn't know as much as me because you're a little bit older in the late 80s.
Yeah.
You were like 34, 50. 34, 35-ish.
Somewhere's in that range.
But I watched You Cannot Do That on television on Nickelodeon. It was a Nickelodeon show. And that's
you talking about
where...
slime? Like, I don't know nothing about slime. Like, I just didn't do something with slime just not that long ago.
Well, they're bringing it back now. So we're talking about a different kind of slime, I think. What kind of slime are you talking about?
Slime.
Like the basketball thing you did?
Yeah. Slime.
This is like slime.
Is it the same thing you're talking about?
Well, maybe not. This is a 90s nostalgia trend. It's brought back a lot of things. Some good, some bad. Some bewildering.
Okay.
I use that word a lot. But only one of them is slime.
Bewilder.
That's right, y'all. GAC. Nintendo, Nickelodeon, and heck. I'll say it. Oh, I can't even read this crap. So, what's going on is that slime is making a comeback. People actually doing YouTube videos full of slime, and what they're doing now, they're even recreating some of the old Double Dare. You remember the game show Double Dare? Mm-hmm. Again, it was for kids, right? Because you were older. There was a lot of slime involved in that game, so they're trying to do Double Dare like challenges where slime's involved, like probably a lot. Like you're kind of riding this trend. You were kind of you know what just in, guys.
There was a lot.
This because I'm just thinking how to segue. This just in, guys. Larry's Lounge YouTube channel brought back slime from the 90s. He started the craze. Because let's be honest, you did this video, how long ago was it? It was summertime, right?
Yeah, but there was people doing the slime right before us and everything, so...
You were one of the people to bring it back.
Yeah.
You were one. That's pretty good on top of things, man. You're not even behind times.
We try to be hip.
You're so hip that we talked about this story 3 months after you did the challenge.
That's it.
That's pretty hip, man.
Anyway, yo, check the monitor out. If you have this doll, get rid of it. There's a toy in your daughter's bed. Not you, because you don't have any daughters, or me. But if you have a daughter. There's a toy in your daughter's bed that is taking in your nighttime stories, transmitting her every giggle and listening to her every breath.
That's creepy,
right?
Man.
And possibly even talking back to her.
What?
Yeah. Tech news sites like PC Mag and the BBC are reporting in Germany that My Friend Kayla dolls are basically illegal, right? So these dolls, right? Hackers can use them to use an unsecure Bluetooth device that's embedded into the doll, right? Can use that and actually get into that, and they can listen to you, right? And then they can, when your child's playing or whatever, then they can talk to her, right?
I hate this shit.
This has horror movie written all over.
Yeah, you know what never had a horror movie? Teddy freaking Rumpskin. Okay?
I don't know, he was pretty creepy too.
There was a cassette tape, and you put it in the vacuum and you played it. There was no transmitting nothing.
Yeah,
they talked to you all the time. But whatever, he might have been scared of you because you're Nancy. But it didn't transmit stuff back and forth to the government and Big Brother. It's like they grabbed the TV, and then so the Russians are pulling with those cats.
Yo, can you see the like little Susie's like with her doll, and all of a sudden the doll's like, Susie.
Red Rob.
Oh, I want you to go kill your mother. Right?
Yeah, dude. Red Rob is murder backwards.
I just gave somebody an idea for a horror movie right there. Yeah. But anyway, no, that's creepy stuff. And I'll tell you what. Somebody who was traumatized when they were a kid, me, myself, by dolls. I hated dolls. I hated them. Could not stand the eyes. The eyes always stared at me. My sister,
lifeless eyes. Black lifeless eyes.
My sisters used to have dolls. Sure. I'd stab their eyes out of the doll. Not my sisters, of the dolls.
This is the weirdest thing ever.
I was scared.
I feel super uncomfortable.
I was scared.
You're scared of something, so you
stab the eyes out. Then they can't see me.
Jeez. Well, that sounds stupid, but not as stupid as this guy on YouTube. His
Laugh.
YouTube channel is called Dog Shit, and he's currently on day 8. And when this video comes out, he'll be on day 8. Today he's technically on day 5. He eats a Jason Segel photo every single day, and he's going to continue to do so until Jason Segel eats a picture of him.
There's a YouTuber doing this?
There is a YouTuber doing
this.
Dog Shit.
Should I say anything?
That was good. That was good. Unfortunately, people are going to watch this video and then watch his video. But, I think it's the most ridiculous thing ever. But if you guys want to see me eat a picture every day of somebody, then...
Yeah, and you're going to give them...
Go F yourself, because I'm not going to do it. I mean, that's freaking stupid, right?
How about if you were getting like $100 a day for that?
Well, I would definitely do it. If I was getting 100,000... If I was at 100,000 subscribers, I'd eat a picture of people every day just so we eat a picture of me.
That's just disturbing.
But he's not. He's getting like 20,000 views a video. $20 a video, so every day he's getting $20.
Yeah.
Is that really worth it?
No. Unless it was edible paper. Paper.
Paper. What if he was that smart?
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing.
Yeah. Rice
We
paper.
just ruined it. We could have done the same thing.
Yeah, damn it. Hey, Joe.
Now if we do it and be like, hey, you're eating rice paper.
Hey, Joe, did you know that, Tom Brady's missing jersey?
Yeah, I heard about that. He got stolen, right? All from the Super Bowl.
Did you know that it's estimated to be worth $500,000?
Bullshit.
Yep. That's what they're estimating it at.
That is no way.
I'm telling you, that's what they're estimating it to be worth.
Why? He's won other Super Bowls.
Yeah, but this is the iconic comeback.
It was the only time where he actually drew down the field and scored it himself.
Yeah, and
he looked really good doing it.
And it's like, wow. So what are you doing with it? You want to sell it?
I sleep with it.
You want to sell it?
I smell it.
I'll give you a couple grand.
When we smell it?
No, I don't want you to smell it.
You want to smell it?
What the hell would you talk about smelling it?
Because you're obsessed with Tom Brady. It's so uncomfortable. You bring it up all the time. How nice his hair is. How wavy his hair is.
I never said that. That was you.
Okay.
Let's rewind the tape.
Just kidding. We're not rewinding.
Seriously, though, that's a lot of money. $500,000.
You still use tape to rewind?
Yeah, tape. That'll go into our next story I got. Go ahead.
I feel like we should, even though I'm kind of hesitant, we should talk about the whole Pewdiepie thing.
Ruh-roh.
Exactly, Scooby. The issue here is, I honestly think it's the way things are edited together. But he made some comments on his YouTube videos over the last few months that the New York Times put all together in a clip, put a video out there showing he's anti-Semitic. Disney, his YouTube channel, dropped him, and YouTube, Red Chop, dropped him and took him off as being preferred YouTuber. This guy has more followers than anybody else in YouTube. He paved the way for a lot of YouTubers, and he does a lot of good. Now let's go into the material that he was talking about. Now there was some bad stuff. There was he got some guys to roll out a sign that says "Kill all Jews" on it.
Okay.
In his defense, he said he didn't think that they would ever put that out there. He was trying to make it as crazy as possible, showing that $5 or $10, whatever it was, wouldn't make people do something like this.
Okay.
So the problem with it is the media, and he responded back with a video.
Okay.
And in his video, it made a lot of good points. He was like, the media wants to portray YouTubers in a bad way because they have free reign to say whatever they want. They have huge influence, and they can make those moves and say things and not be edited and not be sanctioned by the upper heads who say, "Yo, you can't report that news story. That's not a good one."
Oh, they're saying that YouTube. The people who do YouTube can get away with that stuff?
Yeah, they can to an extent.
I was going to say.
To an extent they can. But, it's their channel. Like, unfortunately, we have Tom here who tells us what we can and can't report on, right? But PewDiePie doesn't have anything like that.
Okay.
There's no... I think he's in charge of everything.
Right.
Unlike here. But, so it brings up a really good point. Like, the media... I watched a video that the New York Times put out.
Right.
And it was actually horrible, dude. And they're all clips, but they were... So there's things that are funny.
Right.
And things that aren't funny. Things you can joke about, things you can't joke about,
This
right?
happened like last week, right?
Yeah, this is just... Yeah,
the last time that he just said something.
He responded out like 3 or 4 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago maybe.
Yeah, okay. Because we're going to get a lot of people say, like, you guys do old news. No, we only do news once a week, so it's like within the...
And this is a very relevant story for us.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked about it. And I think it's something we should talk about.
It is something good to talk about because it's like, where do you stand on it? Because it's like, you could sit there and say,
Right.
what he said is wrong, but you have to take everything in context of what it said because
And
you
that's
don't
the problem.
know.
There was no context. You have no idea. Like, you could say something very horrifically offensive right now. But
Well, here's an
if you
example.
hear the whole story
Right.
and the whole line going into it, that one little bit of material might not be offensive
Well,
at all.
here's an example. It's like earlier you said, that Tom Brady's hair, right? That, he has nice hair. I could take that sentence
said
out
he said
of
it.
no. I could take that sentence out of everything else that you said and say that, and I could say Joe's in love with Tom Brady, and have that and quote you on that.
Kind of like when you
And
said...
it's out of context because you have to put all the sentences before that and after that.
Exactly. Kind of like when you said we were filming the Ursa thing here after we were done doing it, and you're like, "Yeah, your dad, what an ass." We could have just stopped it right there. And it sounded like you were saying, "Yeah, he's got a great ass." But we didn't. He kept it all in, so you had it afterwards.
Right. No, and seriously, it is.
Now, granted, I don't think there's ever a really appropriate time to have certain things up there. I wouldn't do that, but of
Right.
course, I don't have 50 million subscribers,
Right.
and I'm not a full-time YouTuber and entertainer. Now, this is going to take a big hit for him, obviously, because now he can't put ads up.
Yeah. Oh, we can't.
Well, I don't know. They took it. Well, no, he's going to take a hit because he lost the YouTube Red account and the Disney account.
Yeah, he'll get them back probably. But you got to think about this as like censorship, right? It's like, where do you draw a line once you have censorship? If you can sit there and say that he can't say that, then what is appropriate, what's not appropriate, and what's appropriate to one person might not be appropriate to another one. So
Right.
it's like where can you draw the line? We've made jokes already about Trump, and I've already gotten hate for it.
There's no doubt
Like
about it.
I had somebody that told me in a DM that they're going to unsub for me because
Okay.
that I don't like Trump. And the fact of the matter is that you don't know my heart. You don't know who I voted for.
Yeah.
For one, I've never told anybody who I voted
Neither
for.
one of us have.
And the other thing is that doesn't mean just because somebody makes a joke doesn't mean they don't like somebody. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate Trump. I might not agree with things he says, but hey,
Well.
time's going to tell for what he does. I mean,
And hopefully,
that's
we
the fact.
both feel we want him
Right.
to be the best president there ever was.
Exactly, because it's only going to benefit us, not hurt us if he's a good president. So of course I'm rooting for him. But the thing is like people sit there and say that you don't have a right to say that, but then they can say whatever they want against their side. And that's what the thing is. Censorship, I don't think is a good thing ever.
We can discuss this another day. I think there is this time and place for censorship, but I think on this kind of outlet there shouldn't be. But he's getting rolled over the coals for a lot of reasons. There's a white supremacist website that claims to be the biggest Pewdiepie fan base ever. And I'm not going to put the name out there because I don't want them to get any more traffic than they have to. But he has no bearing on it. They happen to like his videos, so they put it out there.
Right.
And they probably edit stuff, propaganda going on. I am not saying how he really feels one way or the other. I don't know. But I do know that it's been being portrayed one way on, and yeah, it's offensive. But comedy can be offensive.
Right. A lot
It's
of times.
comedy.
Yeah, that's how it is. And there was a comedian from Saturday Night Live that was roasting Rob Lowe. And his
Rob Lowe.
Yeah, and his dad had died in 9/11.
Right,
and he was making jokes about people dying in 9/11. Now, if I did something like that, I would have been crucified for doing that.
Would you know? In the right scenario, you wouldn't be though. And I don't. Think
And I couldn't. Well, I couldn't do it myself.
I don't think he has a right to do it because his dad died in 9/11. I don't think that gives him any right to do it. I think it's because it's comedy, and comedy has its place in the right setting. Like in a roast can be very abrasive and very abusive and very offsetting. Any kind of roast. All the new roasts, they were just ridiculous. They rip people, and it's the most inappropriate stuff. And I think that when he does stuff, Pewdiepie was doing things, I think it was taken out of context. I think they were showing it. You should watch the whole videos and then judge for yourself. Don't let. My whole thing is have your opinion one way or the other. Don't let the media determine what your opinion is. Watch all the information. Look at all the videos and decide for yourself. Because when I first started the story, I had my opinion like, "Oh, he's stupid for putting it up there."
But also,
and then, let me finish my thought. Sorry. And then I watched his videos and I researched everything. And I realized, that's
what
the media's kind of messing
That's
it up.
what I was going to say. You have to research it because you can't just go by one source.
Right. Exactly
Because
right.
A lot of people will read something on the internet and say it's absolute truth without getting. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Joe, I'm going to change topics a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, a little heavy for you guys.
That's okay. Yeah, well, I mean, that was a good topic because, people probably do wonder where we side on that whole thing there and everything. And it's like when I talked about, and I'm going to hit on that real fast, about censorship. Do I think it's right to talk about, people
Right, would we say that? No, probably not.
Right. But if you're censoring one thing, where do you draw the line? Who chooses what?
What's okay, what's not okay, right?
Right.
Exactly right.
Anyway, I got 10 words. I got a top 10 list. 10 words that will immediately make you sound old.
All right.
Number 1.
Wait. Are you starting from 10 to 1? Which one's the best?
I don't know. We'll just start from number 10. All right? Ready?
Yep.
Pocketbook.
Well, there's not pocketbook. I guess they're purses now.
They use, yep. Pocketbook is not the word to use.
My mom had a
anymore.
pocketbook.
Yeah. Okay. Number 9. Whippersnapper.
Let's hear you, little whippersnapper.
Now, granted, I've heard the word many times. I don't know that I've ever used it other than a
Like
joke.
in jest. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've never. I don't think we're old enough to call anybody
Hey,
whippersnappers.
whippersnapper.
Let's hear you, little whippersnapper. When I was your day, penny candies cost a nickel.
All right, let's see, 10, 9, 8. number 8, tape, as in tape a TV show.
How funny is that? We just talked about that.
And,
I literally did not see this list before.
yeah, and it is true. I do use the word tape a lot because I grew up with VHS.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so and tape recorders.
Remember the coolest thing ever is when you set your VCR to a certain time
Oh yeah,
and a certain channel to record. Like
yeah.
high tech.
It's like, I'll watch Seinfeld when I
Yeah, when I get home after I'll fast forward commercials.
I got a VHS.
Or sitting by the radio waiting for your favorite song to come on the radio in between commercials, hitting the record button.
Yeah.
Putting scotch tape.
Yeah.
Over the top of the little thing.
Yeah.
We're old.
Okay, number 7, Xerox.
Yeah, that's even funny to me. That we didn't use that.
No. Number 6,
copy, but
floppy disk.
again, we used floppy disk when I first was in like 8th grade.
Yeah, well, I was never into computers, so I wouldn't know that.
Nah, they probably only had typewriters when you went to school.
Number 5, stewardess.
Like a plane lady.
Mm-hmm. You have to call them now. You have to call them flight attendants now.
That's what it is. Flight attendants
Yeah.
to the front, sides, and rear of the plane.
And number 4, and I didn't even know this one. I never even heard of it before. Grody.
Grody, yeah, it means like gross.
It was a synonym for gross or revolting. I didn't know that.
You said grody, dude.
Really? Somebody's
I don't
old.
think that you are, but I'm just saying it.
I have these in reverse order, so I got to count down the.
You already lost
way.
it. That's 3.
Okay. Icebox.
Icebox, like a freezer.
Yeah, icebox.
That's
right?
funny because they used to. That's where you used to put the. So the icebox, where you used to put the ice to keep everything else cold.
Exactly.
The whole refrigerator. Cold,
yeah.
before they had like refrigeration.
So they kind of took on dungarees.
Dungaroos.
Dungarees.
Wait. What are dungaroos then?
I don't know what dungaroos is.
I thought
but
dungaroos.
Dungarees, like, I know my mom used to call them that. Like, yeah, where's your dungarees or something like that. But
They're underwear.
no. Seriously, you don't know what dungarees are?
No, what are dungarees?
Jeans.
Oh, no. No
They're
idea.
jeans.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, the number 1.
Number 1.
No, wait, I want to talk about dungarees for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Dungaroos is what I was thinking of, and they were like an underwear shirt set of like a superhero. So it'd be like Spider-Man, you have Spider-Man underwear and a Spider-Man shirt. Shoot webs. They're like PJ's almost. Dungarees. See, that's funny. You know, number 1 list. When you try to explain to your friend what a dungaree is.
Yeah, here's number 1. Groovy.
That's groovy, dude. My drum beat was groovy.
I didn't realize that was an old, because...
I guess it's old, but I use groovy. I don't really use groovy.
No, I don't use it much, but it's like, again, I think I use that word like I would whippersnapper if I was like, yo, that's groovy, man. Like if you're kidding around.
Like all baked up?
Yeah, something. No, not baked up.
The way you said it, you're like, yeah, it's groovy, man.
No, if you were making fun of somebody like, oh, yeah, man, he's all high. He's like, that's groovy,
that's gross.
dude.
That's so groovy,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. It's like, but having said that, there's a couple words in there make me feel I'm pretty old.
Yeah, because something you just used like earlier.
Especially tape, yeah.
Literally.
Stewardess, right? Stewardess. You said pocketbook, right?
Trying to make himself
Probably
feel
because
better.
you carry one.
Larry, how's your coin purse doing?
Coin purse.
Another name for never mind.
When we were kids, we had that little rubber thing that bent
Remember
down.
Dude, remember the cup that used to be collapsible? You collapsed it like a little disc? I knew you would do that. What a jerk. Hey, Larry.
What?
Why are you whispering?
Well, you said Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Yes, Joe.
Do you know the Romans used to clean and whiten their teeth with urine?
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, did you know that Romans used to clean and whiten their teeth with urine?
Really?
Yeah, why is it so funny? Apparently it works.
I was like, Joe, your teeth look a little yellow. You go and pee off.
You're
No,
not
but
peeing.
did you know
Peeing
that?
in my mouth. That's
No, seriously, the pirates used to pee in a barrel. They would just collect all their urine in a barrel and wash their clothes in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you wash your clothes in urine?
Because that's what they would do. It was on Mythbusters, as a matter of fact.
And it was busted as a myth.
No, it's for real. Because you let the water evaporate out of it and everything, right? And it's just
so not right away. So you would just
Right.
pee on yourself.
But the thing is, could you imagine the smell?
You become like nose blind to it, right?
Everybody be like, Joe.
Nah, it's like that one time we went fishing. You got and I got in your truck and I was like, man, it smells like skunk in here. You were like, really? I don't smell it at all. I can't believe it smells like skunk. Because you got sprayed by a skunk and then you couldn't smell it anymore.
Yeah. I didn't get sprayed by a skunk. My house did, and everything smelled like it. All right.
It was the best thing. It was so funny. It really was.
But I just think it was kind of funny how.
Because you became nose blind to it.
Yeah, you do. It's like when you're
Same
pooping
thing with urine.
It's like when you're pooping in the bathroom.
Well, that's my
It's like it doesn't stink to you, but the next person that goes in there is like, oh.
Well, because it's not your own. It's not yours.
Just saying.
Well, that's news to us.